You talk about a mic drop.
Fee
was like, hold my crutch, hold my
here
beer,
you go.
Hold my shoes.
I can't lie, that was a lot. We got out of
your mouth from dropping to the floor.
We were getting ready for the game, and we're like reading the comments online. I'm like, whoa, good afternoon.
It's so crazy because like most players, you do like some exclusive interview and it comes out in an article. Fee was like, nah, bruh.
No, she was like, I'm not
in my exit interview. So there's no misinterpretation about what I wanted to say.
Wow. That was a lot. That was a lot. But
for people that have been living under a rock and don't know what we're talking about, Napheesa Collier called out Cathy Engelbert,
the commissioner.
And the WNBA. Yeah, thank you. Yep. The commissioner of the WNBA and the WNBA leadership. Last week, Napheesa read a statement during her exit interview with the media addressing WNBA officiating, player safety, poor leadership. She called out WNBA Commissioner. I think we should play a clip just to hear it in her own words, so I'm not paraphrasing some of the things that she said.
I sat across from Cathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them.
Players around the WNBA rallied behind Fee in support. The tweets rang in, the comments rang in, the podcast was hot, the block was hot. What was interesting was the amount of players that came to the defense of Fee and the crickets that came to the defense of Cathy for me.
I mean, this is an important part. Like, this is an important time with the CBA negotiations. Like, the players, when you look at leagues around the world, like, it is about caring for your athletes, caring for the players. And that's just not the feelings right now. And I think everyone is kind of just, they rallied around Fee because, one, that was a powerful statement to make. And obviously it puts pressure on Cathy and put pressure on the leadership. But I mean, it was a lot. It was a heavy hitter, right, Oz?
Yep. Adam Silver is Cathy's boss, and he is the commissioner of the NBA.
Yep.
He made a statement a couple days ago in New York regarding that, essentially paraphrasing that it's not about business. It's not about viewership. It's, at this point, seems like there's relationship issues, to say the least. My initial thoughts, because everybody's had this same sentiment, and for a very long time. But in years past, you've been able to point to the viewership. You've been able to point to the fans. You've been able to point to, maybe the talent on the floor, because we are going overseas for a number of, months during the season.
Yep.
This year you couldn't. The year before you couldn't. And honestly, previously, I think that was a little bit of a cop-out.
Yeah.
You could point to the business plan, but where is the business plan? It starts with leadership. I'm always a believer in alignment. I think the NBA were led through huge years by David Stern. And he was a commissioner that could get you there.
Yeah.
In terms of get you over the hump, get you to growth. But I think for now, relationships matter. And I don't know if he had great relationships with a number of the players. He was seen more so as, I know they were scrutiny behind some of the fines, some of the dress codes, all of those things that kind of came down on the players. I personally had a great relationship with David Stern, so this is in no way knocking him. But I do think Adam is leading in a different way. And I say that if the NBA is our blueprint, then we have to look at that from top to bottom. We can't just choose what we look at that as. And I'll tell you this. I signed a deal with Amazon to broadcast for Amazon. I got a text from Adam Silver saying, congratulations. I had my third child. I got a text from Adam Silver about my third child. Now, whether this is Adam or his assistant, somebody from the league office is reaching out to me. I got a baby gift for my third child. I get a Christmas gift from Adam Silver every year. I retired. Adam Silver sent me a text message that basically congratulated me on my career and how much I've done for the women's game. And he looked forward to how much I'm going to do from the sideline. I have not heard from Cathy. I saw Cathy in Phoenix after I had been retired for 4 months at Phoenix All-Star Game. And she said, congratulations in person. And that was the only time. And so you've heard other players, Sabrina Ionescu alluded to this. I have a better relationship with Adam Silver than I do Cathy. Same thing. Elena Delle Donne, I didn't hear from Cathy when I retired. My 2 jersey retirements, there was no Cathy.
Yeah.
So I think that Adam Silver understands the process. I don't know if he understood that Cathy was not doing that either.
Yeah.
And so many players feel that way. I understand that Cathy represents the owners because they're the ones that actually she represents and sits at the table and all of that and is hired. The commissioner represents the owners.
Yeah.
However, you still have to have a relationship and be able to reach across the aisle to the players. And I don't know if anybody can say that she's done a great job at that. And I'm not trying to rag or pile on because I do feel in some way, shape, or form that if you're able to not be accountable for so long, then it honestly somewhat can be the people that aren't holding you accountable. For so long in the NBA, there's been media that has called out bad ownership, bad leadership, bad coaches. Social media has done that where there's pressure. You think about in New York, why did they get rid of Thibodeau? Because the New York Knicks fans were like, we're trying to win a championship and there's pressure. Like sometimes leadership has to go because of the amount of pressure. You look at college athletics, Penn State, they're talking about James Franklin is on the hot seat. Like what? It's crazy. And he's done such great things. I mean, you take the leadership role in a demanding position, there are going to be expectations, especially when there's money involved. And I feel like the media didn't call out Cathy for a very long time. And now there's lights, there's the spotlights. And so guess what? The expectations have raised. Just like that $2 billion TV deal that you got, along comes expectations with that. And from the ownership, from the players, from the media, Cathy's response, to sum it up, is if the players in the W don't feel appreciated and valued by the league, then we have to do better, and I have to do better. Cathy says there were a lot of inaccuracies within what Napheesa Collier said in their private conversation. She denies alleged comments about Caitlin Clark, but didn't directly deny other claims. Fee canceled the meeting upon hearing Cathy's
after hearing her response.
Rebuttal. Adam Silver still remains confident that a deal will get done in the CBA and says that it will get done before October 31st, which is a little overzealous, I feel like, but the commissioner knows what the commissioner knows. There's issues that we need to address with our players. They're not just economic, they're a relationship issue. And Fee's not stopping. She sat down with Kamala Harris yesterday.
Yes, she sure did. She sure did.
And she said, I think I just got to a point where I was fed up. No matter the consequences, I felt like it was something that needed to be done. And to be honest with you, I think there is a huge sentiment, regardless of where this goes forward. I think hopefully that this leads to a resolution in relationships, because I think in business, in leadership nowadays, you can no longer lead with an iron fist. It just doesn't work that way. It's got to be personal. You got to be a human. And so yeah, I think gone are those days where you can just do as I say, not as I do,
Yeah.
and keep it moving. So, yeah, kudos to Fee. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes and how this impacts CBA talks, to be honest with you.
Yep.